afternoon, 7 o'clock on a Monday. You know what happened to me this morning here in Quebec, down in Saint Jerome? It was a beautiful day outside. I didn't spend much time underneath the synagogue floor as the walls were falling down. London Bridge is falling down. Our synagogue was going down. So my father loves to build. He just loves to keep busy and put things in order where he could. He's not looking for the hype. He just likes to get the job done. And of course, it's a synagogue. They're all Jews. So of course they're cheap. We got a 100-year-old synagogue. It's built up on 3 different levels of floors. The next thing's the roof. But it's okay. We're changing the windows. So if the roof comes down, we'll let the water out the windows. As long as the new windows don't break. We dragged the walls in. Meantime, it seems like we dragged the floor over. Can't figure that one out. I don't think we really did. I think it was a figment of the imagination of the eye. But I did see a friend down there. My old friend. My old friend's coming back. Here he is. There he is. Oh, yes. It's still going to be the man, and upside down, the monkey. The monkey or the man. What will be coming in the short future? First, in one scenario, we all starve. The rest of us are in jail. Now, what can happen in this scenario that will let it happen? We'll put it this way. If all of North America, okay, if everybody's bank account automatically had $1 billion in it, who's going to work? No one. So we'll take everything from somewhere else. We'll keep buying and buying for all our lives from somewhere else, and everybody will be okay, no? We all have $1 billion. We don't need to buy anything anymore. Everybody's bought everything. We don't actually need anything. And who's working? They got $1 billion. What do? How will they cipher that money out of us? Well, this is the way I look at it. Because of birth in 9 months, I call the next generation game ending, WWW versus WW6 in the world of B9. Do you know that B9, and I discussed in my last video, it goes with B4. 4 and 9 together in one word, okay, says 49, which is for the word of 8, and eternal. It's also 7 by 7, which the 2 worlds become. 9 by 4 is 36. 6 plus 3 is the 9 creation. 3 by 6 is 18, which makes the letter R, Resh. The 18th letter, Chai in Hebrew, because nobody really understands why or how come, because there's so many real reasons, but everybody wants to pinpoint the reason. Well, in the English language, the Resh is the R, and it's the 18th letter. 6, 6, and 6. Because at the first 3 part of creation, it was only 3. But in the second part of creation, the middle part, right, that was 6. But if you flipped creation upside down, you do the same thing again with the same numbers. But to differentiate in this world, because otherwise, this is what it would be on the telephone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1. That's what it would say if you didn't separate the numbers. But it doesn't say that. Okay, it turned everything around. The center is the center, no matter what you do. At the same time, okay, what we're going to get to is the exo game. Okay, and everybody knows that X is the 24th letter and O equals the 15th letter. They total 39, which means the word 10. Plus 9 plus 3 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay, if you bring it down all the way to the bottom. So then you add now the 3 plus the 10 is 13. You see, what happens is like this. Okay, it's either unlucky 13 or lucky number 13. Okay, it always finishes, okay, by an even number in this world. Now, why I mean unlucky 13 is because it goes the first 6 on the dice, Then it goes the next 6 on the dice, which is 12. The 13th letter is M. It ain't there. What did they do to bump up, okay, one of the numbers? Well, the A became the B, okay, and the B went all the way to K. I mean, the king, the 13th card, the 13th letter is M, so it's BMW, and it's ABC, basically. No, hold on a second. BMW, and the first one is AL. Wow, I don't know what the last letter is. You see, it was automatic for me to say the W. Okay, B and M is 2, 1, 3. So what happens is, the second letter and the 13th, second and 13, when you put it in an order, instead of saying 1, 2, 3, now the 2 is take over in the first spot, putting the 1 in the second spot, and the 2 is working out of the corners. Okay, now how do we make that 2 work out of the corner when we're not allowed? 2's got to work from the center. So when you turn it this way, its corner is pointed up towards the center, where the new corners are now down here, in which would create your octagon star. X and O is just like S and T, okay? Also, the value of this in Roman numerals, okay, is 10. There is no value for this 1 over here. There's no value. I always use it, you can use it as a value of 0. So then it would say 100, okay, XO. XOXO, everybody says XOXO, right? When you say love, when you love and kisses somebody, what are you putting, XO? Okay, don't forget, sometimes we'll use Roman numerals, sometimes we use something else. But the greatest thing and barriers we ever got were the digitals. And, you know, when you have like pennies and change, you know, it shows you have exactly 63 cents. It's 64 cents or it's 63 cents. It's not in between. This is the 63 cents. Whatever's on this side is the dollar. So look at that. They taught us mathematics by learning just to use 1 cent to a dollar. That's all you need. Well, then you can figure out all the quarters and all the dimes and all the nickels. It's so precise. Anyways, I jumped off of B9 and B4 because the question is, was there life before? And is there a vitamin before? Was there a B9 or was there no B9? Yes, the B9 is our birth. The understanding of the 9 is because our birth is our death. If we're not born, we're not going to die. But if you're born, you're going to die. Oh, look here, look, oh, she's pregnant, she's having her baby. Oh, here it comes out. Well, here's the first part that's going to die. Here comes the head. Biggest mouth on everything, they bring out the mouth first so they can pull it by the skull and stretch the jaw. Where were we? B9 before. And at the same time, if you take a look, it's a 1, a 3, and a 4, which says 8, the heaven. And this one's a 1, and a 3, and a 9. Okay, which says 39 means perfection of the one spirit. 3 and 1 is 4, and 9 is 13. Or 9 by 4 would be the same thing as this, 4 and 4. Anyways, 1 and 3 is 4, and 9 is 13. There you go. Started at this, ended at the same 9, and you got 13. 1 and 3 is 4 again. And your answer is 4 over 8, 48. 48, okay, this is the way they have to be stopped. Okay, I'm still going over whether they should overlap on this corner, or we have 1, skip 1, skip 1. I'm trying to base this against the roulette table on this angle instead of being straight up like this. See, because 2's are all on this point, right? When you turn it this way, they all become the 1s. But, like all 1 says, there's a 1 right here, okay? The value of every single dot is 5. But the coordinate value of each dot is different. Starting with top right-hand corner 3, center 5, and at the bottom it is 7. When you put 1 like this and 1 like this, it creates the electric ace. Spirit on both sides. There's many things you can do with the dice. Did anybody know that this dice says 2014? Does anybody know that in the year 2014, the Hebrew calendar will be 5774, the number of Christ, and 5775, the passage of the gates of God. 5775 is EGGE, as if you noted in the videos I've done in the last couple of years over the same thing. The Rosh Hashanah and Passover is a marking of God, okay, and it'll happen about the same time when something happens. It'll be Rosh Hashanah next month for the pig of this eclipse, and right now, like I've been working on for the past couple of years, stretching out to October of Rosh Hashanah, I think it's Yom Kippur, in 2014, 5775. And someone talked about it also, which was pretty funny on Facebook. And I'm going to just jump over there and see who that was. I'm going to take a look on in here. You don't mind me taking a look on in here? No? Okay, here it is. I'll tell you. Here it comes. Here comes the info. And cut. Who is it? 57. I think it was Scott Paff. P-A-F-F. I hope he hopes I didn't send his name around. So it's a good thing. In this video, I didn't talk about money. I didn't talk about hard cash, moolah. I wasn't talking about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, although his father was a buck. I don't know if he was a $1 or a $2, but his mother was some dough. I don't know how much dough she really had. So from the beginning of life, you are a price. There's a price on your head of God. We come into the world, we fall into the what they call the matrix. But in this world, they bring the matrix out as Alice in Wonderland, the Magen David against, you see that over here? This is a heart. One of them needs a stand with a bar across it, okay, between his two legs, because he doesn't walk. The other one's a heart. Man's legs go right over here, right? This way, okay, if you take a look at it, this is a man's ass over here, and over here is him bending over, and that's his head stretching over like that. At the same time, it looks like a nice little butt of a woman over here. But the other way around, okay, these are man's shoulders coming to the point of his dick over here, and his legs are put in over here, okay? On the other side, we have a half a heart. See the sword I put inside of it? Okay? The other end is God. Why was Jesus on an angle in the Da Vinci Code Last Supper picture? This angle is because we're cross-corner, like televisions. X's and O all the way around, my friend. Let the diamonds roll. You know the diamonds connect. That's why in Chris the Bird, he pulled the diamond 8. He couldn't get any other cards, really, truthfully. Only diamonds, because he only had, like, he can only play a few cards in the whole deck anyways, you know? So he couldn't pull, he couldn't get the straight that he needed. Because the straight was being played in the game, and that was man's ass. But he never lost in Chris the Bird. He never lost. The bodies kept going up and down to heaven and back down. It's just a rotation system. He's not looking to win. He's looking to create more stories. So anyways, we've got Alice in Wonderland over here. There's the other heart. And look, you see this over here? That's a diamond, but it's also speakers and eyes. And at the same time, you see the pinpoint here, the pinpoint here, the outstretched arm, the breast of Christ, except his head is not there, and the diamond or the chain of coal is not here. You remember the hatchet? Right? And here's the cat, the electronic cat. Dragon spade. So now what we're going to look at next, I'm not quite sure. Did I take this off the wall? Oh, yes. I want to know. You see, I got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, right? But who's the bear? Is this Fozzie Bear? Because this guy, last night, he came into my bedroom and he started telling me a little story. And he says like this. He says, the most power you can gain in this world and strength is to save any hostility that you have, that those have against you, until the time and point where there's a value to use it, if necessary. Raphael 7286. I want to just try and keep in touch with this world. So if I have to be just an extra add-on to hope to save liberty, liberty for man and all liberty. There's nothing more than liberty. Money, money, money. We should flush this land with billions of dollars. Let everybody have money, and let's start over from there. What would happen? Everybody had too much money. Too much money. Too much. 7286.